The Take the Way summer event at the Way karting couldn't be better than this. This is a yearly event that has always been celebrated at the VKE circuit. This year though, the circuit has changed its name for its extension in Imola also, and so the event also changed name to Take the Way, but at its core it is still the same, with the many sponsors and races. But they also have something new, this drawing board, and so I decided to leave my mark here. And someone else was also doing crazy works, like this guy with his Godzilla. He is one good artist. And so, as the first races commence, I'll introduce you with my team for today, formed by, you guessed it, the usual Chris, Fede and Matteo.
Bene.
Bravo, no.
Bravo.
Ah, non sta mettendo su, che altro sono. Sta mettendo su,
Sì. Come posso tirarti su, ciò?
Tirarmi su qua a telecamera.
Guarda che ti tiro su qua a telecamera. Come fai Homer Simpson, madonna, cioè, anzi il vecchio di Homer Simpson, l'uomo talpa.
Hello, this is Mole Man in the morning. Good Mole Man to you.
Sì, va bene.
Buon bravo.
Aspetta.
The circuit also decided to call it a beta race, which is accompanied with some rally sims. After seeing them, Chris was flabbergasted.
Al primo mono che mi capita mi schiantano di sicuro.
Sì, di sicuro. Sarà come la gara di oggi. Vieni qua. Hai visto che questo è proprio un circuito là in alto a sinistra? Questo è proprio un circuito cittadino.
Ci sta? Aspetta, non prenota.
Se vuoi
Ok, mi metto a prenotare da solo.
Se vuoi puoi notare, cioè.
Mi auto
prenoti, sì.
The event wasn't the only reason we were here. The circuit invited two special guests. First one, famous Italian singer Francesca Michelin, and Italian voice of Formula 1, Carlo Vanzeri, the man that gave us this.
A casa tua, Charles! A casa tua, Charles! A casa tua, Charles! A casa tua, Charles! Charles Leclerc vince il Gran Premio di Monaco per la prima volta in carriera!
Or this.
El Matador! El Matador! El Matador! Carlos Sainz vince di forza il Gran Premio d'Australia! Buongiorno Italia! 1-2! 1-2! 1-2 Ferrari!
But now it's time for business. We're gonna hit the track now. But before we start, I'll let you see the track we're racing today. We already raced there, although the last time this was called VKE. Now they rebranded in the Way Kart. The circuit though remained mostly the same. Today we will use the full track configuration, used only in special events like the one of today. With 3 floors, the circuit is very fast and flowing, and is built to encourage fight between multiple corners. Here we are for the first time ever on the racetrack, and what we need to do now is learn the track fast in order to navigate it. Although it's a fast track, it can be really tricky on some parts, where it gets narrow all of a sudden, but it also has some really fun part. For example, the ramp that gets you to the 3rd floor launch you into the air, literally, right before this left right-hander and this hairpin, which is incredibly satisfying to get right. After that, the narrowest section of the track starts, as I was saying before. In this section, you cannot fit 2 cars side by side. You'll crash. There's nothing you can do, but stay in single files, while you navigate this sequence of 90-degree corners. The track then opens quite a lot, and becomes very spacious, while you reach what I call the M section, because seeing from above, it's basically shaped like an M. The next part of the circuit I'm gonna talk about is probably what made him famous across all of Italy. The Cavatappi. The bottle opener in English is basically a ramp that gets you on the 2nd floor on the outdoor section, and then a spiral that gets you down. Incredibly tricky to get right, you'll understeer a lot, and you need full focus for this one. With all this information in your mind, I'll let you see a full lap of the Way Kart. wouldn't have seen it that Chris in his first laps has been smoking me, but he's made 1 error too many, and I'm right up his tails. The blue flags waves though, and so it's an easy pass on the inside. From here, it was just a bit of cruising from my part, but Chris was literally attached to me. And it was still the case here in the Parabolica. Even though we're not in Monza, the way kart has basically the same thing. And this one is even banked, so even better. We now reached probably one of the longest straights on the track, then a U-turn, and then we go up the ramp. The kart bounces a lot here, and after a double right-hander, we get to the infamous, the one and only, the bottle opener. You can hear the tires screech here, as the kart is put through tremendous forces, passing through the people watching you. Really satisfying section, as we reach a very slow back marker. She's precisely at the center of the road, so there's not really a lot we can... Oh, but Chris on the inside! Very bold move here. I slam him on the poor back marker. Another back marker ahead of us, but it was an easier pass than the last one. And as we get around the first U-turn of the track and we go up the ramp, exactly 1 lap later than my overtake on Chris, I get shown the blue flag. Don't really understand this move, even because the last lap made me pass, but alright, I'll let Chris pass. We get really close to the wall at the exit of this turn. Chris makes an error also. He's probably feeling the pressure of being chased down. We reach the narrow part on the first floor. We get a little bit long here. But another mistake from Chris is sliding a lot at the exit of every turn. It could be a very big opportunity for us. Here also, he is on the inside. We are on the ideal racing line. He makes another mistake at the exit of the corner. So the gap shrinks down a lot. We reach here the U-turn again, and he brutally forced an overtake. He gained a position, but he lost a lot of time to us. We could try something at the Cavatappi. Ooh, but we're not close enough to him. And at the exit of the corner, we both drift a lot here. Hope everyone enjoyed. We get inside the building, on the inside to him, but he makes the turn, he doesn't see us, and we slam into him. I don't like this overtake, I don't like it a single bit, so I let him through. I'm not that type of driver, and I'm sure he appreciated. His lead though lasted only 3 more turns. Try to guess what happened next.
Perché continua a scambiarsi posizioni? Porca troia!
My lead wouldn't last much longer. 11 turns instead of 3, as I lock up and Chris easily passed me by. We get back on a narrow course, and apparently Chris has fixed most of his issues in this part of the track. His lines are much more clean and his back less wobbly. Small straight up ahead. We now reach the outdoor on the M section, but first these 2 turns. He gets on the right, he slides and he completely cuts me off here. Was that like the karting version of a rage bait? We continue to fight. He loses the back end here. An opportunity has arisen here for us. Gets really frustrated out of this corner. Waves a lot on the straight. We try to cut him off by braking a little bit earlier, but it's no use. He gets a little bit far ahead of us. The Cavatappi is arriving, let's see how he does it. Goes a bit long, then goes on the inside, even bumps the inside curbs. Then his Asta goes a bit too much on the inside. So we now lose a bit of time. And we continue this cat and mouse game, when one moment we're right up his tail and the other one we're miles away. In the intersection will be very hard to overtake. We will still try though. Maybe at the first U-turn, after turn 1, we're a bit too far away unfortunately. Chris exits the turns a little bit faster, but we go up the ramp. Blue flags are showing, not this again please. Oh wait, that's Fede. He stopped? Alright. Our chase continue, with moments we're really far away from Chris, and other times where we literally up his engine, kinda like here. be turning though. There's a back marker ahead of us. That could make Chris lose a lot of time. And this is actually what happens. We claw back to him in no time. Once again though, blue flags are showing this part of the track, so our saving grace is gone. But we're right over Chris, and we'll continue to do so even in the next section of track. This double 90-degree corner where he slides a lot. He probably starts to get a little tired from the race. The jump ramp here, where he actually gains just a bit of time. I see a bit on the inside for the next turn. It goes a little wide. I'm literally his shadow here. He breaks for the next corner. I bump him off of the Idea Racing line and overtake done and dusted. Might be bad driving? It could. Certainly wasn't the limit, but I think it's a lot better off a lot of the things we saw in other videos, or even in this race, so I think it's fair. Kind of. And actually, that was the last lap. So I wasn't first, but I got ahead of him, so that's a victory, I guess. It was still a great race from Chris though, really well fought. But it wasn't the end of it though.
Ah, t'ho visto! Ma tutto qua? Tutto qua? Pensavo fosse anche una gara!
Yeah, apparently I misunderstood that. It wasn't a qualifying and a race, but it was just a qualifying section. Where actually, I was in P3 at the end, Chris was in P6, Fede was in P8, and Matteo was in P10.
Prima era terzo, poi a caso
Ti si metti là? Dove sei entrato tu? Vabbè, vabbè.
And in the race is a t-shirt throw, which was honestly epic. I never did something like that before. And I managed also to get a couple of shirts and a hat. But we couldn't leave yet. Chris has one last thing to do.
Tell me, baby, what's the problem? 'Cause I keep trying to figure it out. Oh no, oh no. Tell me, baby, what's the problem? I'm only picking up what you're putting down.